According to a new book, Lindsey Graham, when he finally was forced to go and testify in front of the grand jury in the state of Georgia, he spilled his guts. He absolutely threw Donald Trump under the bus when he was finally forced to talk to that grand jury. Now, the new book by Michael Isikoff and Daniel Klaidmanin is Find Me the Votes, a hard-charging Georgia prosecutor, a rogue president, and the plot to steal an American election. So, title's a bit of a mouthful, but that's the new book. And they say that Lindsey Graham, even though he fought that subpoena for 4 months, took it to court, tried to argue that he was protected under the speech or debate clause, therefore you cannot compel my testimony. The courts didn't buy it, especially because Lindsey Graham is actually not the senator from Georgia, so, it really was none of your business. But courts didn't buy it. Lindsey Graham was forced to testify, and once they got him behind closed doors, he sang like a bird. And, according to the book, well, I'll get to that part in a moment. One of the things, we'll start with this, that Lindsey Graham said is that if you told Trump Martians came and stole the election, he'd probably believe you. So that doesn't bode well for Donald Trump actually genuinely thinking there was evidence of voter fraud in Georgia. That's definitely a statement that's going to be used against him, and Lindsey Graham had no problem telling him that. And for some reason, Lindsey Graham also explained to the grand jury how Trump cheats at golf. Okay. I'm not exactly sure how that ties into the investigation that happened. I'm not sure that that's related to really any of the criminal charges against him. I'd have to go back and look, but I'm pretty sure Donald Trump wasn't criminally charged with cheating at golf. So, interesting factoid, I guess, but definitely not a prosecutable offense. But as I said, Lindsey Graham felt that the whole situation was so cathartic that this is what the authors wrote. After Graham had testified, quote, he bumped into Fani Willis in a hallway and thanked her for the opportunity to tell his story. That was so cathartic, he told Willis. I feel so much better. Then, to the astonishment of one source who witnessed the scene, South Carolina's senior senator hugged the Fulton County DA, who was aggressively pursuing Trump. Willis's reaction, she was like, whatever, dude. So Lindsey Graham, who just had bottled up all of his poor little emotions and all of his evidence on Donald Trump, and he wanted to tell somebody, but he didn't think he had anybody to talk to, and finally Fani Willis gave him a shoulder to cry on, and he hugged her, and she was like, all right, thanks, but could you not? So, could Lindsey Graham be the individual that results in Donald Trump getting convicted in the state of Georgia? If the authors are to be believed, then yeah, he could be. And for the record, this may also explain why Lindsey Graham was not one of the people charged. You see, Lindsey Graham was subpoenaed, as I mentioned, to come and testify in front of the grand jury. But why Lindsey Graham? Why not all of the other senators who actually voted against certifying the election? Because Lindsey Graham was on the phone calls. Lindsey Graham made phone calls. Lindsey Graham made visits down to the state of Georgia. He could have, and in my opinion should have, been charged along with all the rest of them. But he likely wasn't, because he was such a good little cooperating witness. And who knows, maybe that hug that he gave Fani Willis just made her feel so sorry for the idiot that she didn't want to charge him. I guess we'll never know, but Lindsey Graham could have been charged and wasn't, so I'm willing to bet he gave even more dirt than just telling people that Trump cheats at golf. Ring of Fire is just a few subscribers short of hitting that 1 million subscriber milestone. So if you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and do so and stay up to date with all of the latest from Ring of Fire.